Hello everyone, I am Merman Tian, who was born with a mission of saving nature and animals. I have swum across all the oceans surrounding Vietnam to campaign for the protection of the ocean and wildlife for years. I also opened a mermaid swimming class to teach young people how to stay healthy while raising awareness about environmental protection and how to take care of animals. As our beautiful world is disappearing and as humans push animals to the brink of extinction, more and more viruses that are harmful to humans appear, such as SARS, Ebola, and Corona. Did you know that there are 500,000 wildlife species in the world today that carry over 170,000 virus species that are harmful to humans and are capable of creating a global pandemic? Therefore, people must learn to live in harmony with nature to make the world peaceful again. I have donated all of the money that I have earned to save wildlife, but there is still a lot to be done. There are a lot of animals sold in wildlife markets and on the internet when they should be kept in the wild. Now, I will tell you the story of the Tila the otter who was rescued recently. Tila is an Asian small-clawed otter pup captured as a pet when she got lost and was given to me by a friend who found her. My friend asked that I help to release her back into nature. The story started like this. When I received a phone call about a stray otter that stumbled into someone's apartment, they immediately searched YouTube clips on how to rescue the baby otter. They came over my home to give this baby otter, and from there it was up to me. Because it was stranded and was a baby otter, there was no way to return it to the wildlife without it dying. Otter pups are being sold on the internet a lot, but if you were able to raise them successfully, you can return it to the wild after being its adopted parents. This wild animal needs a lot of care and attention. If you do not know how to take care of an otter, it will die of a disease from a person or another animal. The baby otter has to drink breast milk to build up its immune system. However, raising the otter pup like a pet has many risks. Anyway, I sincerely thank this kind family who sends the little otter to me because I knew that I could save it.
Bây giờ tôi sẽ đặt tên cho con là Tila, bởi vì tôi thấy con la dữ quá. Giờ tôi sẽ gỡ bỏ cái xiềng xích trên đầu của con luôn. Con không phải là thú cưng. Rồi, tôi gỡ cho con.
When I brought the otter into the house, I named her Tila. Since her health and mental state were not stable, I went to the supermarket to buy baby food to feed the otter pup. Otter breast milk contains many vitamins that are essential for the otter to grow up, but being kept as a pet could cause many deficiencies in nutrients and result in blindness or even death. So, with the experience of taking care of more than 100 baby otters, I have learned that I need to feed otter Tila what she needs the most. I would like to introduce to you my maid goose called Vivi. With the task of tasting the food, if the nutritious, delicious food doesn't have chemicals, she will eat right away, but if the food has MSG in it, she will refuse to eat. The goose will eat first to make sure that the food is good for otter Tila's health.
Dạy cho Tila nó biết đây là đồ ăn ngon đi ngỗng. Nhiệm vụ của con là vậy á. Đó, Tila tập ăn đi con.
After a few weeks, otter Tila seems to be eating very well. I was able to see that Tila's molars were more developed, just as if she was growing up in the wild. Her molars were developed naturally, and that was because of what was fed to her. Usually, Her mother would feed her softer foods such as clams and snails. If her molars are stronger, she will begin to learn how to eat crustaceans such as shrimp, crabs. It is important to note that otter pups can only stop drinking breast milk after turning 1 year old. This small clawed otter is about 6 weeks old, so she needs time to absorb a lot of vitamins for her skin and eyes, because she doesn't have her mother to care for her. I will feed her baby food powder because it also containing many ingredients of shrimp and crab. She will also drink cat milk and vitamin supplements that are good for her eyes every day. The otter pups cannot sleep in the light and stay alone without their parents. The brain of this species is as smart as a 7-year-old child. If you can't stay with her and let her sleep alone, the otter will be angry.
Ở trong đó ngoan, ở trong đó ngoan. Rồi.
So I never want to make an otter a pet because you will have to raise the otter pup like your own children. We can't fulfill the job of the otter's parents. So we should not be selfish and keep otters as pets. Last night I didn't sleep with Otter Tila, so this morning she got mad at me. She refused to eat because she thought I was a mother and left her. Now I have to beg her to eat
Ở
again.
đây muội lắm. Hương biết. Con muốn có nhiều tình yêu thương đúng không? Hương hiểu. Đây, lên đây. Giận rồi, buồn rồi. Buồn rồi như vậy cũng tốt. Đang làm gì đó? Nó đang bú tai. Trời ơi, nó đang thèm bú sữa mẹ mà nó không có sữa mẹ, nó phải bú tai đó.
This is a scene about an otter that is thirsty for her mother's milk and sucking her hand. Do you see that this otter is just like a baby? Tila is deprived of the love from her parents and I have to take care of her until she gets better and can eat and drink well. Then I will no more keep her with me but take her to an appropriate environment. Right now, I am trying to help her wean soon and try different kinds of food so that she can adapt to the natural environment. This otter is too innocent and she really needs her parents' care. So please stop keeping otters as your pets. If you love this kind of animal, then protect rivers, streams and don't pollute water sources. My duty to take care of this otter is just an unexpected job. And I have to witness the moment when the otter closes her eyes and sucks her hand to imagine that she is drinking her mother milk just in her dream. Tila is here without the care from her parents, but she has friends, the family of Doraemon, dogs, and a goose named Vivi. Because of not familiar with eating by itself, she looks dirty like this after each meal. Therefore, I give her a bath after the meal and before bed. It is not easy for the otter to sleep, especially at lunchtime because she wants to play after a meal and bath instead of having a nap. Therefore, I have to massage the otter like a newborn baby. Let's think about this. When you raise an otter, you must give her much love and care to have her love in turn, otherwise she will get angry or even bite you. An otter is not like a dog or a cat. Otter is the animal that knows to think and judge the situation, and they are vindictive if they are treated badly. When raising an otter, I never beat her or leave her alone for a long time, because when she wakes up, the first one she wants to see is her parent. So are you ready to be their parent? I bet that you don't have much time like that to spend your whole day with an otter. And you may not swim and dive as well as I can to teach the otters to regain their instincts underwater. The otter will not grow well, but she will be sick and die. Now Tila is sleeping like a baby and she needs a dark place to sleep. Due to the habit of living in caves since childhood and if exposed to sunlight for a long time, her eyes will be damaged. While the otter is sleeping, I go to buy a feeding bottle because Tila is too small to wean right now. I give her cat milk, ham, or 2 times a day to supplement calcium for strong bones and teach her to learn to eat fish. I start going to the market to buy Pangasius fillet, then cook and mix with the nutrition powder so that Tila is well fed for a longer time. Because Tila will get angry when she wakes up and sees no one besides. I let her sleep with a goose, Vivi, so that when Tila wakes up, the goose will make noise to inform me to prepare the next meal for the otter.
Ừ, vậy ngon. Trời ơi trời. Nếu Tila ăn tự ăn được thì Tila ăn. Đúng rồi. Còn Tila bú sữa rồi.
When Tila's teeth are strong enough to bite off the bottle's nipple, I will stop feeding her with milk but more crustaceans before sending her to Cat Tien National Park to practice regaining the wild instinct before joining her herd to the forest. This is my standard procedure for rescuing wildlife. I will check the disease, take care of the baby animals until they get healthy, and send them to the Wildlife Rescue Center. For adult animals, I just feed them fully and then release them to the forest. That is the reason why I have many wild animals, but I never keep any animal for a long time. Many people don't understand clearly the situation. They think that I am raising wild animals or treating wild animals. The truth is that I am a merman who saves wild animals, and I am working for WWF, and I have been awarded many certificates of merit from wildlife rescue centers. This is also the reason why I am permitted to take care of wild animals, because I have much experience in this job. Tila is in the early stage of eating fish with a baby powder food, but she just wants to drink milk, so I have to keep her hungry and to make sure she will not eat other things.
Vì tương lai của con phải về rừng sớm, con phải cai sữa. Tôi không muốn. Nó kêu tôi là mẹ ơi thả con ra nó mới đau chứ. Con bắt buộc phải cai sữa.
I got enough of every melody, they all sound the same. Yeah. For my broken heart, no remedy, but maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me
I only have 1 week to take care of and teach Tila to eat and drink, otherwise I could not take her back to the forest on time as promised with CRCS Center in Cat Tien National Park. I really want to please this otter and give her milk, but I am forced to teach her to eat fish so she can be more independent when she leaves me. When she is no longer fed with milk, she must understand that fish is her food since now. Finally, after 7 hours of eating nothing but asking for milk, Tila is angry and agrees to eat fish with the baby powder food.
Tila. Tila. Đây đây. Đói không? Đói hả? Đói không? Tự ăn được luôn hả? Tila tự ăn luôn rồi. Nó miệng ra nè. À đúng rồi. Rồi Tila ăn cá nha. Nè, múc cá nè. Nè. Cái này gọi là cá. Con phải ăn được cá nữa. Rồi Tila ha. Con cầm miếng cá ăn coi.
Tila will have more chances to survive when she accepts to eat fish. Way of eating shows the otter's personality, and each otter has her own personality like a human. And I feel Tila is the most special otter among all otters I've ever cared for, and I see that when I see her eating way. When raising an otter, the hardest moment is feeding her at midnight. This animal is active at night. It means that you will not get enough sleep because you need to feed the otter at night. Otherwise, the otter will not sleep well. Taking care of otters is much harder than taking care of cats and dogs because they are intelligent and can be wheedling. They want you beside them when they are sleeping and when they are awake to bother you. They are sentient animals and they don't want to be alone. That is why when the otter does not see me, she follows the dogs as if keeping on asking where I am. Now Tila can eat fish, so I start feeding her more fish than baby powder. I will follow the formula of 20% cereal, 60% seafood, and 10% vegetable for young otters. After eating, I let her play with water to digest well the food and clean her body, then play for a while before going to sleep.
Con phải ngoan. Con đi vô trong chuồng con ở. Lên cho con ăn, con không được thả nữa. Không chịu cũng không được. Không chịu.
When the otter is 4 weeks to 12 weeks old, she will follow the living routine. When she grows bigger, she needs more time and space, and when this requirement is not satisfied, she will become aggressive or suffer autism. After being able to eat fish well, it is time for Tila to learn how to swim because now Tila is healthy enough thanks to having sufficient nutrients. She will not be afraid of colds anymore. After lunch, it is the best time for the otter to swim. But now, Tila just needs to know how to hold her breath in the water. Today, after eating Pangasius fillet, the otter vomits, and I know that the supermarket added borax into the fish. The human weight is 40 times heavier than the otter. So such dose of borax is not harmful to humans but harmful to my otter. So I decided to buy fresh fish, which is newly dead fish, rather than fillet fish for the otter to eat because the fish seller often uses preservative substance or borax to mix with fish if they don't sell out in the day. Now Tila can eat foods which are necessary for otters. Another problem raised when she is stronger. She travels more and she is easy for her to get diseases from other animals. Therefore, I have to keep the otter in a separate cage. It is about the time to take Tila to the national park. I found that the otter's feces have diarrhea, which can be caused by poisoning of borax in fish, or from drinking a lot of milk, and also from being exposed to the environment with many germs from pets. Another skill required when raising an otter is that you must know how to treat the disease in time. For diarrhea, the otter may die without timely treatment. It is time to bring Teal to Cat Tien National Park to live in a better environment.
Đường trọng là ông giữ hả?
Tonight, my family and I depart early at 12 p.m. because the forest is more than 100 kilometers from my home. We can drive faster at night when the road is not crowded. We do the same whenever we take a wild animal to the forest.
Interstellar night space, no one else sees. In the underground, we're living low-key.
Driving for the whole night, finally, we arrive in the forest.
Can give you peace here in your mind. That's right. I found no place in the dead of night to come alive.
My family and I find a familiar hostel to stay overnight there to recover our energy to take the otter to the forest in the morning. While my family is taking a rest, I let Tila run, play weed, and have a bath once more.
Con trồn à?
Ừ. Thấy không? Con rái cá. Con rái cá.
Rái cá hả?
Dạ đúng rồi.
Cái gì sầu riêng à?
Bột ăn dặm trẻ em.
Thì nó ăn cái gì hả bạn?
Cá. Nó chỉ lười ngủ muốn bắt cá. À hôm ấy nó bắt cá. Quên.
Don't take it personal, but I ain't lying. I ain't hiding, I've been grinding, multiplying. I've been trying to get my weight up, staying prayed up, meditating and taking time away.
I'm here.
You always posting up pictures, trying to look like you winning. I'm writing
here.
rhymes in the kitchen, soaking in moments we live in. Yeah, you got the nerve to be on me, faking your life for the IG. If you got my number, don't add me, cause baby, I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus.
I did not have time to teach her swim, and today is her first and the last swimming lesion I give her.
Này ở thiên nhiên chú nuôi nó cũng được nữa. Có sông. Dạ rồi.
Vậy hả? Sao vậy? Đau rồi quên. Nằm bà hết cái xuống.
Bà hết luôn. Bà quên bà hết luôn. Chết chỗ ba để cái
Ba chặt kêu ba của bà. Cái từ này ba nó liếc bà.
liếc bà.
Sao á, đậu tỏi hay là luộc?
Xào tỏi.
Đậu tỏi.
Xào tỏi đậu lan ngon quá chừng. Dễ thứ. Đậu lan cũng được, không cần rau muống đâu. Nhồi nữa. 2 dĩa.
Bây giờ thì rau lan thì có cỡ 10 dĩa không được, cái gì?
Dạ, cho em 2 dĩa.
Có lên quá trời.
Vâng.
Mấy mùa khô nó chết hết á. Nó cái củ ở dưới là ấy mập lên.
Anh không nhổ củ hả?
Không. Đằng sau là nó sùng hết ở dưới rồi.
Ai sùng luôn.
Nó lên trở lại. Chứ bây giờ mình cuốc củ nó lại chết cái dây.
Để ăn gì?
Và cái củ của nó là có cái to bự cái này rồi nó sùng lên.
Ở đây không bị chùa, không bị sốc. Còn ở ngoài em, ý em á hả, là em trồng bao nhiêu chuột sóc nó ăn hết trơn.
Kiểu như nó ở trong sâu mà nó đâu dám ra đây đâu ha.
Tila is very smart and she knows that my family is about to leave her. She cries and does not want to go to the forest. My mom has to hug her and does want to let her go either because this otter is still too small and cannot swim yet.
Nè, con uống nè.
Rồi xong. Phê không?
Không uống.
Uống hết chưa?
However, this week, I saved another otter named Tima, and the director of the national parks suggested bringing Tila to the forest with Tima. That is why I decided that it is a suitable time for Tila to go to the forest. We feel hurt for the love that the otter gives us, but for the future of this variety that is in the danger of extinction, I want to do the best for the Tila right now. across the river on a boat to CRCS Wildlife Rescue Center in Cat Tien National Park to meet the director, whom we will hand over Tila with the hope that Tila and Tima will live happily together.
Ai vậy? Vô tông rồi kìa.
Ai chưa? Cái này nằm ngã nghiêng ngã ngửa nè. Cái thùng vô cho em đi. Em lấy nón luôn. Cái đi vô. Đắp vô.
On the way to take Tila to CRCS Center, Tila cries as if she does want to leave us just like a baby. The atmosphere is even worse when we know that Tima, the 9 weeks old otter that I sent here 1 week ago, was already released to the forest. It means that Tila has no friend here and she has to live alone in a cage to wait for another otter to live with and then to be released into the wild. If I knew this news earlier from the director, I would not cross 100 kilometers to take Tila here but still kept her home to care for more time. It would be better because the funded food source for animals here is limited and Tila will not be fed with sufficient food.
Rồi con ngủ nha, con ngủ nha. Dán cái này. Dán đây là tại vì dán.
Đây để đó.
I hope that more people will know about this forest and there are more visitors here so that the center has the funding source to better take care of wild animals while they are being kept here to wait for the time to be released to the forest.
Con ngủ đi. Đây là mai mốt con có bạn nè. Con có gia đình của con nè nha. Chứ ở với bà ngoại mai mốt con đi kiếm bạn sao?
Đây ở đây chơi với bạn chôn này, bạn mèo này, rồi tê tê này.
Nè anh làm cái bồn nước đơn giản thôi không? Thiên nhiên. Ở đây nè nó có bồn nước nó tự tập tắm đúng rồi.
Bye bye nha. Vô chuồng. Ồ. Tila. Đi nha. Tạm biệt. Hy vọng lần sau đến sẽ còn gặp lại con. Chứ Tima bữa nay là nó đi chơi luôn rồi.
You take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits. You cross them more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kind of toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch. That your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe.
It was 1 month past. This time I return this place with my mermaid students and find that Tila is still living here and has no friend to live with.
Đó, nó gọi đó. Nó còn thân lắm.
Cái tay nó mình. Cái tay.
Thổi nó nghe chưa?
She is not bigger than the time she lived with me. She looks so pity and wants to go home with me and Mermaid Ellie. I am very hurt when I see that my students also want to take her home. But it is good enough when Tila is not sick and she just has to wait for the time she is released to the forest and I completed my responsibilities with her and the rest is with my students. When they have more experience in taking care of wild animals, I can be sure that they can give the best things to my wild animals. Now, I just hope Tila will have a friend soon to live with and has the opportunity to return into the wild. And how about you? Do you want to become a member of Mermantian Club? Our responsibility is to take care of baby wild animals and bring them to the forest when they are grown up. The lesson from Tila makes me recognize that we should not bring baby animals to the national park. I have more than 20 years of experience in taking care of more than 100 different varieties of wild animals and I will train a team of most outstanding mermaids to help me take care of baby wild animals. I hope that you share my opinion and if so, please subscribe to support the wildlife rescue mission of TIUN.